My tithing story goes back to the church that I grew up in. It was a good church, and I remember my parents paid tithe and they gave, and it was around middle school or so, around 8th grade, when I started participating in that, and actually participating is not totally accurate because I just pledged in the different drives and things that church was doing at the time, and pledging was all I did. I never actually ended up giving anything. And it wasn't until I came to Asheville for school and started coming to the Rock that I began learning about what tithing actually meant and giving and learning all those principles that Pastor Kirk teaches. And I wish that my story, part of me wishes that my story sometimes was that I came to the Rock and I started hearing all this teaching and I just immediately started jumping in. But that isn't my story, and the truth is I actually struggled with giving and with tithing for a good little while. And if you know me, I have a pretty logical lean to me. I'm pretty analytical. There's a good side of me that is that, and it just didn't make sense to me. My brain could not make sense of why I should give 10% of my income away. And I wrestled with that, but I do remember the moment. It was the beginning of my last semester, my senior year. It was about 12 years ago, actually, January 2002, when God just got a hold of my heart, and he said that this isn't about you figuring it all out. This isn't about you putting all the pieces together so that it makes sense. This is about you trusting me. And I remember that moment very well because I just made a decision. You know what? I'm going to try this. I'm going to jump in. I'm going to test God. I'm going to see what happens. And so I actually had a part-time job on campus at the time and had a regular income. But, I just made a decision. I was going to give $50 a month. And that was actually more than 10% of my income at the time. But I was thinking at the time, man, it would be so great to make $500 a month, which is kind of funny now. But, I look back on that moment and really over the last 12 years, and I can just say without a doubt that God's word is absolutely true, that if you bring your tithe, your first and best to him, that he will open the windows of heaven over your life. That's been so true for me and so true for so many people I know. And it's not just been the external things that have happened, and I've gotten those things, those unexpected blessings, the promotions, just the great things that come into your life. And I do think those things can and do happen. But really the bigger story for me has been what happened inside me when I started tithing, when I started trusting God more. My mindset just got renewed on generosity and giving, and I just started to think differently. It was really a domino effect that started when I began tithing, that changed the way that I saw things, that really changed the way I acted in so many areas of my life. And really, my life has never been the same since.